Hello, this is Frosttime with WoW.com with a Cataclysm Hunter preview. Today we're going to be looking at, finally, that badass level 85 PvP ability, Camouflage! They finally raised the level cap in the beta up to level 85, so we're finally able to train this and take a look at how it works. Let's check it out. Hit the Camouflage button, and both myself and my pet get this cool kind of predatory look. And as long as we're standing still, you'll see up on the buff bar, we actually have stealth. We're standing still. Camouflage is kind of like being in stealth. More on that in a little bit. If we start moving, we keep the predator look, but we become a little bit more visible. As you can see, you can continue to see whatever the background is behind us as we move around. And while we're in our camouflage state, we can lay traps where we want to without breaking us out. And in addition to that, we can also use our trap launcher. So we can toss the traps wherever they need to go. We can also change aspects without breaking our camouflage into whatever aspect we want. We could even pop deterrence without breaking camouflage. We can use mend pet, and if we really wanted to, we could even dismiss our pet. Now, camouflage only lasts for 1 minute. It has a 1 minute cooldown. So even if you don't attack anybody, nothing breaks you out, after a minute you're going to pop out, but you can just hit the button and pop back in. Now, if we dismiss our pet while we're in camouflage, it's going to work without breaking us out, and we can even bring the pet back, and the pet's going to stay in camouflage. Semicolon, however, comma. If we dismiss our pet while we're camouflaged and we summon a different pet, that different pet that we summon is not going to be affected by camouflage, and he's totally going to give our position away. Alright, so there's a couple other interesting things about the way camouflage works, but for that, we're actually going to have to take a look at how it looks to other people, and for that I'm going to need an assistant. So, one moment, while we go grab Zahara from FemaleDwarf.com, who kindly agreed to lend a hand as she happened to be online. Now, as you can see, when Zahara goes in camouflage, we can't see her at all as long as she's standing still, but I can still target her. I can still click on her and the pet, but if I try to shoot, nothing happens. I can't use any abilities against her. Even if I toss out a flare to try to expose her in stealth, doesn't make a difference. I can still target her and I get that weird blue targeting, but I can't shoot. Not only that, even if I have nameplates turned on, I won't see the nameplate up over her head. Now, I'm going to toss down a couple of traps here. Now we're going to ask Zahara to go ahead and run over these traps and see if those traps trigger her. And as you can see, she moves right through the traps. She doesn't trigger the traps at all. As long as you're in camouflage, you can walk right over other people's traps. They're not going to trigger. They're not going to go off. Now, I haven't had a chance to test everything, but so far it looks like camouflage makes you immune to the vast majority of stuff out there. You cannot be tracked while you're camouflaged. Demoralizing shout doesn't affect you, doesn't bump you out. You're immune to AoEs. I've tested this on Warlock AoEs, Priest AoEs, and Warrior's Thunderclap. Furthermore, priests cannot mass dispel or dispel your camouflage. Camouflage seems to make you immune to almost everything. It is fantastic! Also, if you take damage while you're in camouflage, that will break you out. So if you have a dot ticking away on you, and you manage to get out of combat and pop into camo, the next tick of that dot will break you right out of the camouflage. Alright, so now we're over in the Twilight Highlands to talk about some of the PvE implications of camouflage. For the most part, this is a purely PvP ability. Particularly since we no longer have the big damage burst while we're coming out of camouflage. However, we'll pop into camouflage now. We do have the ability to completely ignore mobs. We get to run through them and head wherever we want to go. This is a level 84 mob in the area, and nothing's going to aggro us, nothing's going to target us, because we're untargetable as long as we're in camouflage. So we can get some use out of camouflage in the PvE area, and possibly some interesting uses for extreme soloing by just avoiding mobs, but we can still drop our traps, we can still change our aspects, get this guy all munched by snakes, but there's nothing he can do to target us or hurt us. Alright, and that's all we have for you today on Camouflage. This has been Frostheim with WoW.com, and I'm going to leave you with a little montage of what Camouflage looks like in a whole bunch of different settings. Enjoy.